All right, welcome to another episode of Smack Talk, Leave It on the Court. I am your host, Cerebral. I got a guest with me today. It's my homeboy, Dmob. What's going on, Dmob?
Am I already a guest, or am I like?
It's a good question.
Yeah, it's a good question.
Yeah, you're like six man.
Wait,
you're Lou Williams.
You know, so we can start this before we start this, yo. I just want to say, Alabama Crimson Tide, y'all are the most dirtiest college football team in all history.
Ooh.
And the reason I say that is because yesterday I saw that they were going into the ending the first half with Cedar or something like that, whatever college team that is, and they were tied 17-17.
Okay.
Next half, Alabama just blew them out of the water. Like, why keep a team feeling like they?
You know what? Nick Saban was
with them?
Nick Saban was pissed. He was like, "What the hell are y'all doing?"
I don't think he was pissed. I don't buy that.
Dude, Nick Saban is pissed when they win.
Like he's
very Bill Belichickian.
Well, they come from the same tree.
Exactly.
But it's just the fact that it's like you know who you're facing. You're not. This is literally the team that they faced were not like it's one of those like I'm gonna stomp you, scrape you on the ground.
Yeah, they're supposed to beat them by 50, so they beat them by 50.
But one is just like why even let them hang? I feel like he was like. Nah, let them feel like they got, you know, they can have this amazing.
No, because he had to play his guys longer than he would have normally wanted to. I think he would have wanted that game to be.
I just wish I could be a fly in the wall for the other team, because they must be like, all right, when you think they're gonna go off? They're gonna be the third or fourth. Like, what's the strategy? How to slow them down before they started opening up the floodgates? Oh man,
they opened up the floodgates. All right,
yeah, Alabama, you're just wrong.
Real quick. I want to apologize on the behalf of the show. I know things have been really screwy the last few weeks. I think next week things are going to be back to normal. I can't say for sure, but I'm definitely more confident than I've ever been. That next week is going to be the week.
Yeah.
Maybe we can talk about it. I don't know yet.
Yeah. Let's just throw it in the air, man.
Yeah. We'll just throw it in the air. Maybe we can talk. It's a really good reason why the show has been the way it has been the last month or so.
Yeah.
I would like to be able to share it with you, but not my choice.
It's not his words to use.
Yeah, no, it's not my words to use. So we'll see what happens. But if we can share that story, we can try to make some light of it. We will. Yeah. So, real quick, actually glad you're here. Because beginning of the football season, in this very room, on this very show, I was shitted on by my co-host, Joe and AK.
Oh, yeah.
About my fantasy team.
Yeah.
Who's
laughing now?
Yeah, exactly. AK just cussed everybody out in the group chat.
Yeah, I saw that the other day, yo. Same here to me. Like, they brought me back in. I didn't want to be a part of fantasy. I was done with it. And they rolled me back in somehow, railed me back in. And I'm just like, all right, I'm going to do this one more time. And I'm usually the last guy, but
times are changing.
Times is changing very well.
Last year, the formula for the team that I put together, like
running back.
No. Like it was. I mean, we're in a PPR league,
yeah. So
I'm not going to give all of my reasoning away because these fuckers listen to this podcast. They pretend like they don't, but they do. Like the way that my team was constructed last year, I was putting up points every single week. I just had bad luck and I was losing.
Yeah.
Like everybody was having hot weeks against me. So I was like, all right, I'm going to keep the same formula.
Right.
I'm going to keep the same formula. Chances of it not working 2 years in a row, not that great. I'm fucking 8-2. One of the games I lost, I knew at the beginning of the season I was going to lose. Because it was the Saints bye week and I have Alvin Kamara and Michael Thomas. The other loss is a fluke. And Colin knows it's a fluke. I hope he knows that it was a fluke. It was a fluke.
Hey.
And now he has to face me at the end of the season. I don't think he wants that smoke. So, meanwhile, Joe and AK battling for that caught with your dick
Are
out
they
of
battling
water.
really?
No, Joe is. Joe is kind of.
Yeah.
Joe got a little bit of wiggle room, but only a little bit.
I really don't think neither one of those two. My division that's where they in. They don't have zero chance. I'm facing AK. I might lose to him because Jimmy Graham, you are such a fucking dick. Like, I don't know. Like, you hurt your thumb. I don't know when during the game, but
I told you not to draft Jimmy Graham.
it's not, bro. It's Jimmy Graham and Drew Brees. I mean, Aaron Rodgers. You would think something connect there.
Aaron Rodgers doesn't throw to his tight ends. That's why I told you not to draft him.
Well, it's not. I mean, Jimmy Graham is built like a wide receiver almost, yo.
Aaron Rodgers don't give a fuck. He's had good tight ends and just not thrown them the ball.
He's an asshole.
But yeah, so we've been making fun of Joe and AK because they paid for their fantasy experts.
Yeah, that stupid app. I actually got it too, but I didn't pay for that shit. I just got the sample. The sample helped enough during out there. I was like, hey, this is all I needed. They did what they had to do, so I appreciate you.
So the battle of the houses, Cerebral and Dmob are winning.
Yeah.
Definitely winning.
Yeah.
The running jokes of the Caught with Your Dick Out award being in this house.
Not happening.
Like there is zero chance of that
I ain't gonna lie,
now.
when I saw that last place trophy they put together, I was like, I can't be last this year.
Yo, hey,
really
same,
can't.
bro.
I was like, I really can't afford for this. And I'm the guy that's on social media. I kind of mad because half the guys that we have, they're not really in social media, but they do it.
Oh, I'm reposting that shit. Wherever it goes up, fuck y'all. I got followers.
I was thinking like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck with you. I'm gonna show y'all. Y'all gotta take a picture with it, no matter what. Y'all motherfuckers.
Yeah, you get kicked out of the league if you don't.
Yeah, like if you gotta at least take a picture. I don't care if you don't put it in social media. I will put it in my social media.
This is how petty I am.
Yeah.
If I would have got it, I'm like, all right, bye.
Shit, that was my mindset too. Cause I was ready out the door, so I was just like, if I lose, I'm gonna give a fuck. Y'all can keep that, take that trophy and shove it up your ass.
Stuff it. Sign
Sign
that some bitch up nice. Turn it up sideways.
Shoving that shit straight up your ass, boy. I don't need that.
So,
Oh,
fantasy's been very, very good to us.
it's been very
And
solid.
I'm glad you're here because I needed somebody else that I could gloat with. Joe and AK just would have been mad at me.
Sitting on the winning side of me, boys.
Joe would have probably cussed out
He would have been
somebody
mad.
on his team
He would have
again.
been mad. I wish AK was here though. I face him this week. Like I said, he might actually beat me just because my points right now.
Oh, he's grumpy about no. You know what? Joe's grumpy about fantasy right now, and that shit's hilarious.
He's more mad of the freaking app thing, and it's supposed to help him, and it do
Because AK
no
convinced
good.
him.
Yeah, like thinking like, yo, this thing will help you. It'll tell you who to draft. Da 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 da. Like, I'm sorry, man. Data helps. Yes, certain things, will tell you what to do on a certain situation because this is why it fits. Not, it's in God's hands. Is my thoughts. Like, you could do
Fantasy's
something.
in God's hands?
I'm just saying, like, it is. Like, I mean, you can't predict what these guys are technically going to do or how they're going to do it.
All right.
All
right, let's get off fantasy. Let's get into these Week 11 games. So, being a Chicago-based podcast, you know where I'm going to start. Sunday Night Football this week, you have the Bears and the Vikings. The Bears are a surprising 6-3. Very impressed with how the team has battled, though I can, without bias, say that you look at the teams that they've beaten. It's really, their records, it's not impressive at all.
Because y'all still had lost to the Patriots.
Our 3 losses are the Packers, the Patriots, and the Dolphins.
Yeah, the Dolphins one y'all should have won.
Absolutely, but you can make a case we should have won all 3 of those games.
The Packers game, yes, y'all was in those games pretty much. Yeah, y'all was pretty much in those games.
In the Patriots game, we could have went to overtime had Kevin White known how to stretch his arm to the end zone. It was an inch. It was a yard.
It hurt. I saw the video. I was like, wow, man.
Yeah. So you can make the case that we could be, 8-1.
Yeah.
7-2. But we're 6-3. So we gotta live with that. We're facing an opponent in the Vikings that won the division last year. They're not the same defense, though their offense has improved. This is a team the Vikings that's kind of trying to figure out what direction they're going in.
You thought they had it when they, signed Cousins that, hey,
right,
we know what we're doing, we know what we got.
You had a solid quarterback with that defense. You think, all right, now we're talking Super Bowl. They haven't made the step forward, and it's mainly because of a lot of injuries that they've had on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
That being said, they are still a formidable opponent, and I think a lot of people say this game is going to legitimize one of these two teams.
I do believe that like whoever wins this game is probably. I think the Bears are going to win the division. I'm sorry, I think they're going to win it, but this is going to like tell you if the Bears are ready and somewhat for the playoffs. Like I think
ready for real competition.
Yeah,
like
and basically, yeah. Because y'all have to face the Rams at one point, and that's going to really,
well, that's for me. That's the real test.
Yeah, it is.
Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. This Vikings game matters, but in my head, I'm waiting for that game against St. Louis, which has already been, or not St. The Rams, bro.
And being where we live at,
I know a lot of people that are St. Louis Rams fans, so I still call them St. Louis Rams. I'm sorry.
Still see the buses out there.
No. There's not a sign of the Rams in St. Louis
Not.
whatsoever.
I remember when we were driving through there and I see like a van. It was messed up. It was like a busted up van and stuff. It said Rams on there, but it looked like they were done with that van for the rest of the day.
Yeah, they're good on the Rams now. They hate that they're doing good as soon as they left. But that game's already been flexed to a Sunday night game.
Yeah.
So NFL knows what's up. But that's going to be the real test for the Bears. It's like, okay, can you hang with a team that is projected as one of the favorites in the Super Bowl? If you can hang with that team, I'm impressed by that.
What you call it? They got Dalvin Cook is coming back. Well, he is back. He came back in the last game.
I mean,
I'm talking about the weapons they have on offense and the defense that the Bears. Honestly, I think they got by far the best defense. I would say in the league. Would you say this? Like I don't know who's.
They've had some shaky games, but there hasn't been a.
But like as much as it's been a shaky game, like I feel like they have maintained certain offense teams to a certain point where they allow enough for the offense, the Bears offense to like work with. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, not in their 3 losses, and that's where I say, and really you can even add another game in there. I can't remember which game it was, but there are 4 games of the Bears defense didn't really look that good. The second half of the Packers game, the Patriots game,
the Packers game, like I feel like that's
you allowed 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. That's inexcusable.
Well, I just feel like they've been growing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, sure.
On.
That was week 1.
Yeah.
You had the Patriots game. Yes, it's Tom Brady. Yes, it's Bill Belichick. And Khalil Mack was like 30% probably when he was on the field.
Yeah, he shouldn't
have played in that game.
Well, he was. I think he got hurt in that game.
No. He was hurt before that game.
Was he?
But they played him anyway, and he never rushed.
I know. Yeah.
So he shouldn't even have played in that game. But it is what it is. The Dolphins game, that's inexcusable. You guys played against the backup quarterback and let him light you up.
He is literally undefeated.
He's 3-0 against the Bears. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. My brother was at that game.
Yeah.
My brother lives in Miami now. My brother was at that game. He was pissed.
I'm pissed. Speaking of a W, yo. That was a W y'all should have walked away with, yo.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. We should at least, but the Packers game, I let that go right after. I was like, man, we still growing and all that other stuff. Never expected to beat the Patriots. That Dolphins game pissed me off. It really pissed me off.
I watched that game. I was just like, man, this is a good game. It was a good game, but I was like, y'all should put that away.
Until the kicker missed the field goal. Which seems to be a theme around here.
I'm telling you, now that they backed it up a little bit, these kickers ain't what they think they are. People thought these kickers are solid. They only got worried about kicking a 50-yard or a 40-yard, 50-yard, whatever, sometimes or whatever. Now that they put it back, they got to really kick.
Well, I mean, there's still only 30-yard, like the field goal attempts or extra point kicks are still only 30-yard attempts. They should still be cakewalks.
Yeah,
but dude, this dude hit the goalpost 4 times last week.
Against Detroit, right?
Yeah,
I saw
that.
How
hard it is to hit the goalpost once? He did it 4 times.
I watched one of it. I saw this goal. I was like, oh yeah, that one's good. To the right. Bing! I was like, yo. You just having that bad day. They are so lucky. He's so lucky they were winning.
Oh, dude! Like if that game was close, they would have his head in the city.
And that's the same kicker, right, for the Dolphins stuff. He's been the kicker the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because there's no good kickers to take off the street.
I'm about to say a lot of teams are like dropping kickers.
Like the coach, without saying it, basically was like, "We don't have another option, so he's gonna be here."
Robbie Gold is
Robbie Gold is in San Francisco. Like, save me.
Yeah. If y'all want me back, I'll come back.
Guys, like I'm good now. I'm not gonna miss anymore. No more shanks. Just take me back.
There's nothing going on.
Let's get to this game. Bears Vikings. Who do you got in this game?
Right now, honestly, I like the Bears. I like how they look. I think they're winning this division. I think they're gonna beat them. But the next time, because this is the first time they're playing them, right? They still
yeah. They face them this time, and then week 17.
I think they eventually lose to them, but right now I think they're in a roll. I think the Bears know who they are at this point. They know what they're working with. They know
the Bears are who we thought they were.
They know, like, they feel like they have it. Like, Trubisky's coming along. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I was talking mad crap about this kid. I can't remember what game it was. I think it was a game they won, or unless it was the Packers game. I think it was the Packers game. The dude couldn't find his wide receivers.
Oh, dude, the first 6 weeks, he looked terrible.
Like, he could not target over the head, short passes.
Until the Tampa Bay game. Until the Tampa Bay game. I was like, I don't know, man.
And then, bro, when I was in Hawaii, and I can't remember what time that was. It was somewhere in September. And I'm on the beach. My phone goes off. It is blowing up. I'm like, what's going on?
Chat?
Huh?
It was a group chat?
It was a group chat, ESPN. Bleacher Report, just everything was going on. So I'm just like, what's going on? Fantasy, all I see is Trubisky has 6 touchdowns or 5 touchdowns in the first half. Like, what the hell? Like, I feel like he heard me talking shit about him.
He heard everyone talking shit about him.
Like, you telling me I can't find my target, I can't find my receiver?
I can't play quarterback?
Cannons is coming at them. I'm just like, oh.
He was Oprah with the tutties.
Like, and then after that, he just seemed like, I mean, he had a few, like, I guess you say disappointing games, but
honestly, he's been solid since. He hasn't wowed me every week, but he's been solid. Like, he's been solid quarterback play.
He's moving the offense the way the Bears need him to, at least. He gets them in the red zone. Mm-hmm. He gives the ball off to the running back. If that's not his place,
to the weapons. Yeah.
He gives it to the receivers, and I think he knows what he has, and he's playing very well. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be shocked if they make an upset in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to make it. The Bears are in the playoffs.
I'm not going there yet.
That's because you're a fan. Look. You don't want to hear it.
I have a bet against the Bears right now that I hope I lose.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You didn't think they were going to be this?
Bro, I made it, like, somebody told me, it was like, oh, yeah, the Bears are going to go 10-6 before the season starts. It's like, Bears are going to go 10-6. I said, you all lost your fucking mind.
Yeah,
look, you've lost your fucking mind. How much money you want to bet? I'll take all your fucking money.
Now you ain't looking too good.
Look, I don't care.
Listen, when you saw Cleo Mack sign, you must have thought, snitch.
Did I make that bet before or after the trade? I don't remember.
That was before the season started, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like right before. It was like 2 weeks before the season started.
I couldn't remember when they actually made it. I couldn't remember during the season, like the first game. And then, oh, no, he played the first game. I forgot, yeah.
I can't remember when I made that bet, but even after the Khalil Mack trade, I still didn't think that they were 10-6 worthy. I was like, yeah, they're going to be better, but not 10-6, my guy.
Hey.
My wallet's not going to be happy about this.
But your spirit is.
My spirit is going to be okay with it.
It's going to be all right.
And as far as I'm concerned, I can't lose in this. I can't lose in this situation at all.
So are you saying, do you got the Bears?
I do have the Bears winning this game. Yeah. I like what the defense is doing, and I think they're going to disrupt a lot of the Vikings offense. A lot of the Vikings offense is a lot of rhythm and timing, and their running game still isn't what it should be. The Vikings isn't, so I think the Bears are going to be able to capitalize on that. They're going to put a lot of pressure on Kirk Cousins, and if you get Kirk Cousins out of rhythm, somebody's phone's ringing. If you get Kirk Cousins out of rhythm, then he's very erratic and he makes really bad decisions, and that's going to play very well into the Bears' defense. On the other side of it, the Vikings' defense is still kind of injury-ridden, and the schemes of this Bears' offense is incredibly impressive. I really want them to face a top-flight defense so I can see if it's Matt Nagy's offensive scheming or the teams that they're facing.
Right.
I hope it's Matt Nagy's schemes because guys are wide open all the time. You don't see guys this wide open in a Bears offense.
I gotta sit down and actually watch one of the games. I've just been catching highlights and everything. And like I said,
in the highlights, dude, they get the ball. It's like there's nobody there.
I'm just shocked that they literally are just moving along. Like I wish I had time to look this up, but I want to know what they're averaging and scoring because every game I'm seeing, it look like they're like in the 30s. Like
they're putting up points.
Yeah. So,
but with that being said, like the Bears' offense, they're able to move the ball, and I think that they're going to be able to edge out the Vikings. I don't want to be disrespectful to the Vikings. I do think they're a solid team, but I do think the Bears are going to be able to pull this one out.
I think they're going to pull it. They won this division, and the only way they're going to get that if they take out the top dog. And right now, the Vikings would be it. Like the Packers now, who they are.
They're the defense. No, I mean,
not
for this Bears team, it is very important. I mean, yeah, you got to beat the Lions too, but it is very important for this Bears team to. It is very important for this Bears team to beat the Vikings and the Packers.
Yeah.
It's going to build the confidence that they need.
I think more on the Packers side than the Vikings. I feel like
Well, right now it's the Vikings division. It's the only reason why I say the Vikings. But I do agree that the Packers are more important.
Like
for the psyche of this team.
Of course, this is a very, very important game for them because it's a division rival. They want to win those. But when it comes to any team that's on that division, they want the Packers really bad. They want that game back, and I believe I would like them to have it back because they should have won it. Man, that first half was just amazing.
Dude, that first half was so great.
And like I said, they gotten better. They're different team. Yeah, they really are. So I really feel like they the next time they face the Packers, which was the last game of the season, right?
No, the Vikings are their last game of the season. They faced the Packers. I want to say like week 14 or 15.
Okay.
So it's not that far away.
Yeah, but it's just that I think once they beat the Packers, they really feel like they also they own that division, But they gotta go through the Vikings for sure.
They do.
That's the top dog.
So we're both going Bears.
Yeah.
Cool. We've talked about this game way too much, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, next game. Eagles and my adopted team, the New Orleans Saints.
Top team.
My adopted team. I told Joe that. He said, fuck out of here.
You know what's funny?
Wait, before you say something, for those that don't know, I have Alvin Kamara and Michael Thomas on my fantasy team, and they are
Drew Brees.
I don't know. You got Drew
Brees.
And they are single-handedly carrying my fantasy team to my 8-2 record.
I am going to predict the Eagles are going to win this game because they need to win this game.
I'll take.
They need to win this game. Losing to the Cowboys last week did not help them at all.
I didn't. I picked the Eagles in that game. I don't know what the
everybody
fuck
did. Everybody picked them to win.
And I actually watched that game. I watched the Cowboys.
Should have won that game.
The Cowboys took control of that game in the second half.
I'm just saying the Eagles should have won that game. They came back at one point, didn't they? Didn't they? The score was 27-20.
Yeah.
So they were marching back to tie it up. I think
that Cowboy defense.
I guess
a few years ago we made fun of the Cowboys defense, but they're actually solid now. That's the strength of their team now.
Until they get rid of that in my eyes, that coach, like it's a whole different ballgame with their defense for me.
Until they have a new owner, I don't think the Cowboys are ever going to make it.
Yeah.
But that's my opinion.
But yeah, I mean that guy, he's
not going anywhere.
Not going anywhere. The only way,
hence my point.
God forbid, the man is going to be there until he's dust and dust.
Just sell the team.
Yeah.
Make everybody happy. Sell the team.
But
go ahead.
What you call it? I just think the Eagles they need this win. The Saints, not to say they can afford a loss. They don't want to lose. Nobody wants to lose. But the Eagles are backs against the wall. They're going to come out gunning, trying to, put up some points on the Saints.
This is why I disagree with you. Because the Saints are still playing for something. They're playing for home field advantage throughout the NFC. They are tied currently with the Rams. And though the Rams do have a game against the Chiefs and could very well lose tomorrow night, if you're the Saints, especially with that game coming after yours, you got to put your foot on the pedal until you have some breathing room.
Yeah.
They ran up the score last week against the Bengals. I loved every single second of that.
Yeah, I was there.
Because Alvin Kamara was crushing it. All right, enough about my fantasy love of Alvin Kamara. But because they don't know what's going on with the Rams yet, and I mean, it's a losable game for the Rams, don't get me wrong, but it's still a winnable game. They're both 8-1.
Yeah.
So I think the Saints are going to go into this game with the mindset of, we need to take care of our business.
Yeah.
and that does not bode well for the Eagles.
It's just that I don't know. One of these teams within the Chiefs, the Rams, well, pretty much between the Rams and the Chiefs, I feel like they're going to drop a game to somebody eventually.
Could be 2-1.
It could, yeah.
The other, yeah.
Yeah. So I think, I just feel like I said, this is a Super Bowl. Everybody comes at the Super Bowl champions. They know what they're capable of.
Yeah.
I just think the Eagles are just going to say, man, like, we got to do this. Not a lot of Super Bowl championship teams come back and make the playoffs. Or even
they look terrible.
Yeah, they're looking very terrible.
I've not seen a lot of consistency for me to really believe in the Eagles right now. For me, it would have been last week. Last week was the perfect opportunity. It's a division opponent. It's a division opponent. It's another team that's kind of like waning.
And that division is like who's number one? Is it
the Redskins? Yeah, the Redskins, and they don't look great every single week. I saw there was an interesting stat. In every single Redskins game this season.
Oh, I seen this.
There has been.
They never lead. If they lead, they never lose it.
Yeah, the games that they've won, they've never trailed. Yeah. And the games that they've lost, they've never led.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. and then there was a caption that said, what was it? They're 0 for points change. Like,
they have. There's no lead change in any of their games.
I was like, oh damn. So
so whoever scores first against the Redskins, that's it.
That's it.
Pack it up, boys. Let's go home.
I thought that was a weird stat too. I was
really weird. That's.
But that's Alex Smith for you right there. You know what I'm saying?
That's not even Alex Smith. That's some weird ass shit.
It is, but I just feel like how Alex Smith is, man. Like everything's got to be right. I got to throw the ball.
Well, shout out to Alex Smith, man. This dude went from considered a first round bust to this motherfucker still playing.
Yeah, I mean that and still making playoffs. Like I don't remember the last time he missed the playoffs, as far as I'm concerned. Right now, I'm pretty sure the Chiefs.
Before
he's always been with the Chiefs, right?
Hell no, he played with the Niners. He got drafted by the
Niners. Yeah. Okay, yeah, Niners. He's been to the Super Bowl. Didn't play.
Yeah, didn't play.
He's been to the Super Bowl.
Hey, the fucking last drive in the fourth quarter, he's looking like, Coach, put me in. I got it.
I'm sorry. I listen. Shout out. Just a side note and everything. Shout out to Colin Kaepernick. I think that what he's doing is, amazing. Beyond, a human being. The guy is just doing what he has to do, and I really appreciate him. But I never was on his bandwagon when he came out,
The year that they went to the Super Bowl, he should have been a starting quarterback. That drive, that last drive in the Super Bowl, honestly, I put that on Harbaugh. Like, they ran the same play 4 times in a row. Like, that's not how y'all got there.
Right.
Like, use a little creativity. I put that last drive on a Harbaugh because, I mean, he got him to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, I just felt like it just like I understand you gotta pick you gotta pick the right player to get y'all where y'all need to get. But I just felt like I maybe Alex Smith it's nothing that I could have seen, but I just thought Alex Smith was still a solid quarterback.
Well, that was the thing at the time. Alex Smith was solid, but he couldn't really extend the offense.
Yeah.
So what Colin Kaepernick gave them, he gave them a bunch of different options, and it made the defenses actually have to think what the play is going to be. Where Alex Smith is, he's a game manager. He's dink and dunk.
Yeah.
Where Colin Kaepernick was throwing bombs everywhere, and he was running all over the place. Defenses didn't know what the hell to do.
Like I said, it just seemed like the guy, for somebody who's supposed to be a bust, he's still playing in the NFL, and he's still going to the playoffs. And honestly, when he went to Washington, I didn't think they were going to do what they're doing now. Like,
I have faith in him, but especially there was a lot of other issues with Washington that I saw that have magically evaporated, kind of. But back to this game, I guess the Eagles and the Saints. I'm picking the Saints. Yeah. I mean, until the Saints have a reason to let up, I don't think they're going to. I don't think the Eagles are going to catch them slipping because they're defending Super Bowl champions. Sean Payton always seemingly has his team ready to go. They dropped their first game of the season and have not. And all the offenses look great all season. They dropped their first game of the season and haven't looked back since.
Yeah.
They've been steamrolling teams.
Yeah, like I said,
Disrespectful.
like I said, they might just Rocky these dudes where Apollo throw the towel in.
And I don't think the Eagles have I don't think the Eagles offense is capable of keeping up with the Saints. They have not shown it this year.
I really feel like Carson Wentz is going to have a game today. Like I feel like he needs to, in somewhat, prove to people that, hey, I'm that same quarterback from last year.
I'm cool with that because that just means a shootout. Works great for me.
Hey, I'm with it too. Like, listen, I hope this game is a high-scoring game. I am shooting for that. I'm hoping they.
I am always betting the over. Always betting the over.
Like, come at them with everything you got. Yeah. I don't care what it is, but they need to show up too. So I say Eagles on that one.
All right, so we got a split there. As long as they're not a tie, one of us is going to be right this week. Okay, next game. Cowboys and Falcons.
Well,
now,
listen, first of all,
before you go there, the reason why I have this game on the list, because I know sometimes I get questioned for my game picks. This game is actually very important because they're both 4-5. The winner of this game gets back to 500 and has a chance at the playoffs.
Who is it? The
Cowboys and the Falcons. I think the winner of this game makes the playoffs. The loser of this game does not make the playoffs. And I've made this prediction in a couple of games beforehand, and those teams have gone on to do what I expected since.
I am kind of over the Cowboys, and that's why
I was never on the Cowboys.
Well, it's not like I'm over it. Like I've been like, it's just like they are. How can you say that? I'm trying to think of what team are they where it's like you want to hear you hear so much about them. It's like they're not who they are. Like, why would even like? There's other teams that are like completely better than them, but y'all still want to talk about
the Cowboys.
Them.
I mean,
and that's the problem.
They're a polarizing team.
Yeah, it's literally America's favorite football.
It was
team.
The Lakers last year.
Yeah,
the Lakers were talked about all year, and they weren't a great team at all.
It's just like they're not good. They want that division. They could have had it, but
I mean, they're still technically in the playoff in the chase for the division. The Cowboys are.
Well,
the Redskins aren't that good.
They're not. Like the Redskins got the Texans today. They're both 6-3.
I was about to say the Texans, who started off trash, and my predictions on the show get shit on a lot. I said y'all need to watch out for the Texans, and co-host once again laughed me out the room. They're 6-3 jackasses.
Man.
I'll say it.
I like the Cowboy between the Cowboys and Falcons. In my prediction, I'm gonna actually pick the Falcons because as much as they've been losing, I think they tend to, know what they want to do and they try to do it, and they just fall short.
This is where I'm going to separate from you again.
What?
I have watched the Falcons very closely, actually, this year. Don't ask me why. I can't give you a good reason for why I've watched the Falcons closely.
You got anybody in fantasy?
Yes.
Ooh.
And that's why I'm actually so frustrated
Coleman?
with them. Coleman, yes.
Yeah, okay.
I watched Coleman get the ball on the goal line 5 straight times. And when I say 5 straight times, it's because there was a penalty in there, too.
Yeah.
This motherfucker couldn't get a yard. 5 straight plays. A yard. A fucking yard. Their red zone offense.
That's terrible.
Atrocious.
Yeah.
Absolutely atrocious. And on the flip side, Cowboys red zone offense. Great. You have a bunch of options. You have Dak who can run and pass. You have Zeke. You have a bunch of different creative ways that you can get the ball in there. The Falcons get to the red zone and get stupid. They get really stupid. They don't know how to play football anymore. Throw the ball in the air to Julio Jones. It's not rocket science. It's really not.
Yeah.
You have weapons on that team. You have Coleman. You have Julio Jones. You have Calvin Ridley. Like, you've got weapons. Find your weapons. So if they continue to have these red zone issues, which they have all season, just like they did last season, which is why I drafted Matt Bryant as my kicker in our fantasy league, because I was counting on it. Like, don't get me wrong, like, I bet on this.
I remember that first game,
oh, yeah, the coach decided to just go for it on 4th down.
I'm not kicking it. I'm not kicking it. We're gonna force this touchdown, even if we got,
And guess what? It didn't
Nah,
work.
he's a kicker. Yeah, it
didn't work. Yeah, so
Yeah.
Matt Bryant got dropped off my team real quick.
I thought that was just so funny, yo.
Now I have a kicker on the team that scores points.
That was so hilarious.
So like I've paid attention to it because I have Coleman on my team, and I do see what happens.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers don't get in. These guys do not score red zone touchdowns a lot. They don't, and I think that it's going to be a game because the Cowboys defense is a bend don't break defense. Or it's not even that anymore. It's actually a solid defense. You're not going to get those big plays on them, and if you can't get those big plays on them, you're going to have to inch your way in there. And once you get to the red zone, they're not capable of doing it.
But would you rather have somebody like that gets like? It seems like the Cowboys have a problem getting to the end zone. But when they do get to the red zone, they gonna get in.
I think that the reason why they were having issues is because they didn't have explosive guys on the outside. Amari Cooper there now. I think he's still working. He's definitely still working into the offense, but really he made a difference last week. He
made them,
and he's going to continue.
Like I said, it's another weapon you got to watch on the offense.
He's going to continue to make a difference, I think, and I think that as long as they can get to the red zone, which I think they can, and they need to stop. They need to stop being cute and give Ezekiel Elliott the ball.
Yeah, that's what they did in the last game. Finally, just let the man do his thing.
They go back and forth on not this week, Zeke, and it's infuriating.
I'm actually shocked that he doesn't like talk a lot more. Like he don't seem like a vocal person, but I'm just shocked that he doesn't like.
He's gotten into too much trouble to be able to be vocal.
Yeah, he ain't got no things. He has no room to talk.
Yeah, sit down. But like they go away from him for no reason. Like it's working. Mm-hmm. His running plays work, and then they just go away from him, and then they lose games that way. So as long as they run the ball and they don't beat themselves, I see them winning this game pretty convincingly. Yeah. In all honesty, the Falcons lost to the Browns last week. The Browns. I don't care how much improvement they've made. You can tell me all about Baker Mayfield, who I love. Yeah. They lost to the Browns.
Damn. Why everybody down the Browns, man? They did.
Do you know their history? Have you seen what they've done?
They lost a lot. I had a guy that came at me the other day with my Steelers, and he's a Patriots fan.
You claiming them today?
Huh?
You claiming the Steelers today?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm claiming Steelers.
I mean, I know, but I don't think anybody else knows.
Like I like if I could pick it. Like I always was a Steeler fan, but I'm not a big NFL person. But it's just that if I like to see somebody win, usually Steelers or the Bears, only because Chicago all day.
Wiz Khalifa got you on with that black and yellow.
Maybe I don't know. It was a while ago.
Yo, I miss mixtape Wiz. No, let me not get off subject.
Like I said, between this team, I guess if I had to pick either one, I honestly think the Falcons. Right. I think the Cowboys are honestly they don't know who they are. They still figuring it out, and this is not the time for that. I think the Falcons know who they are. They just are having a bad time.
I agree with you that the Falcons do know who they are better than the Cowboys do. Yeah. I just don't think what the Falcons are is very good. Which is why I'm going to pick the Cowboys. I think as long as, and this is a big if, as long as Jason Garrett doesn't try to get too cute, I think the Cowboys are going to this game convincingly.
The only thing Garrett's good at, somebody says on TV, is clapping.
He's really good at that.
It's really good.
He's really good at that.
Really good at staying on the
and
sidelines.
looking dumbfounded. But all right, that's third game.
Big one.
All right, this is really the only game that matters.
The game this game is going. I hope this game turns out to be what everybody's hoping it to be also.
No defense.
Just none.
None.
Don't even put them on the field. It's just like this, just put a bunch of freaking poles up and just see if they could just pass right between them.
So let me set this up. So somebody had the great idea of let's play a game in Mexico City. That never sounded like a good idea.
Where is this in Mexico?
Mexico City, Mexico.
I just want to know. I don't know too much.
Anybody from Mexico tells you don't go to Mexico City, but hey, let's have a Monday night football game there.
And when I heard that they we decided to take it back to LA because the field in Mexico City is wrong.
All right, so
tear it apart. I was just like, well.
So not to my surprise, the field's shit. They show actual video of the field. It's like, oh yeah, no, you can't play football on that.
Yeah, I saw
Wait a minute, you guys have known for how long that this game's gonna be there? Why is the field shit? It's Mexico City, my guy. No disrespect to
nobody wants to be there for any weeks and
it's
games.
Mexico City,
right?
Let's be real. So Now this game is in LA where it should have been.
Yeah.
You have the Chiefs and the Rams, two of the three most explosive offenses in the league, and the other one being the Saints.
Yeah.
Video game offenses.
Like,
putting up numbers. Patrick Mahomes, AK still hates Patrick Mahomes.
He can hit him all he wants, yo. The kid is, oh, man.
I've been waiting for him to be back here so I can talk so much shit to him about Patrick Mahomes, because every week he says, wait till he plays a real defense. Wait till he plays a real defense. There's nobody left.
I only think the real reason they lost to the Patriots was just, you know.
It's actually on Patrick Mahomes that they lost to the Patriots, but not in the way that you would think.
Yeah.
Fucker scored too quick. You were too good at offense, my guy.
I think, like, yeah, Belichick says, all right, we'll play this game very slow, and we'll get, you know, our touchdowns.
Realistic.
Like,
they tied the game. They tied the game.
Because they came back. Chiefs came back.
Yeah, they tied the game with 2 minutes left, but, like, they scored in, like, 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Bro, you left 2 minutes on the clock for Tom Brady. What are you doing?
Wrong idea.
Slow your roll.
That's wrong
Slow
idea.
your roll. Get to overtime. Take the coin flip. You might win the game. But no.
But this game is going to be.
It's. I hope it's what it's supposed to be. The Rams defense. Look. The Rams offense has been incredible. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah.
The defense, which was supposed to be like the big thing about the Rams this year.
Well,
look, it's not there.
It's not.
It's not there.
But
I don't know why.
I will say the signing of who was the trade they made. They made a trade over that before the deadline.
Oh yeah. They traded for the lineman from, was it Jacksonville? Yeah, they got a linebacker from Jacksonville. I want to say. Yeah. That could help, but so far this season.
Nah, yeah, they.
The defense hasn't been what anybody has expected it to be. I expected this to be like a top 3 defense. They've allowed a lot of points.
Yeah.
The defensive line hasn't gotten the pressure that I expected them to get. The corners, they've been banged up at corner a little bit, but it's not looking like what it's supposed to. I mean, as a championship caliber team, you need timely defense at least. If not great defense, you need timely defense, and I haven't seen it.
I haven't really paid attention to their defense. I thought, honestly, their offense is just so explosive. It's like they cover up for sometimes what the defense, you know, lacking, I guess. Cause
what the fuck does that say on the TV?
Where? Interesting.
Don't say it out loud. Until I know that's what it says.
What?
Wait.
It says interested.
Okay. I'm going to read what's on the screen right now out loud. And we're going to talk about it. The Browns are interested in interviewing former Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice for a head coach job.
It says that on the TV on ESPN.
On ESPN.
I kind of want to turn
what?
To hear what they say. I don't know what that's about.
Now let me start this off by saying it is not because she is a woman. That is not the reason why I'm saying what. I know that she is on the college football playoff committee.
Is it football?
Yes,
I thought
she is on the college football playoff committee.
I knew that. I knew it was. Yeah, I knew that of some college sport.
To be a head coach in the NFL, in my opinion, you need coaching experience at some level.
Yeah, some level. Yeah, you just can't just.
This is the Browns trying to be forward thinking. I know this is what the Browns they're trying to be forward thinking, but it's not thought through enough.
You ever think that stuff like that, like when it's news that's like kind of like outrageous almost, like they're just trying to throw attention on them just so they.
I think that until like it actually goes through and just like, oh, okay.
like you said, it's not about her being a woman. It's like when you get a job, you would think you have some type of experience, just a little bit, something of the sort. That right there doesn't make no sense whatsoever.
Just about any job that's worth a damn here in this country. You need 3 to 5 years of work experience.
Hey, listen, we gotta remember this is the Browns, so if y'all need a head coach, man, just call me up.
You just shitting on me like for 10 minutes ago for saying it's the Browns.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I think they got. Oh man, I think they got all the talent. Like they have the talent. They drafted well, as far as I'm concerned. If they would have started Baker Mayfield off the rip, I think they would be they have like maybe like
They were in all like those before he started. They were in all those games besides one. The only game that they weren't in was the Chargers game.
But I think he has that to punch it in. You know what I'm saying? To get in the red zone, just to run a drive a little bit. I think the kid has that kind of capability.
I agree. I love Baker.
Yeah,
I love Baker. But let's get back to the heavyweight matchup of the week. Rams Chiefs.
I'm pulling for the Chiefs.
Now, this is the other point I was going to make. The Chiefs' defense, which we've made fun of on this show a handful of times before the season started and recently, they're starting to come around. That defense is starting to make plays. The Chiefs' defense is starting to make timely plays, which you need to be a championship caliber team. You need timely defensive plays. I have been on the Chiefs train all year. I jumped on the Patrick Mahomes bandwagon early. That was not a time for me to jump off. This is going to be a good game. I'm honestly rooting for offense. I don't really personally. I don't care who
defense. It's like put the game on me easy and
go into the settings.
Go into the settings. Put the game on.
Take
easy.
it off all Madden. Put it on easy.
Let the sun come out. Change the weather. Make sure it's clear. And just have yourself a basketball.
Turn off
NBA
the flags.
Scoring.
Turn off all penalties. I don't want to see none of that shit.
I don't want to see none of that. Referees don't even have to be there. Like
just be there to set the ball.
Right.
That's all I care about.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just move the chain. But this game, like, I would say it's probably the game of the year so far. Like
on paper, it should be.
It should be.
You get really like every time like there's a game of the year situation because last Thursday was supposed to be the best game of the week.
Oh, with Brady
the Panthers and Steelers game that was supposed to be game of the week.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, was it last week? The Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady?
No, that was 2 weeks ago.
That was 2 weeks ago?
That was 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
The last week was the Steelers and Panthers, and I couldn't decide which quarterback to play.
Between Cam Newton and
I picked wrong.
Man, that was so funny.
I picked way wrong.
That was so funny looking at that. I was like, oh, man.
Wait.
We still won, though. So
let me defend myself because you looked at me weird when I told you I played Cam Newton over Ben Roethlisberger.
I just thought that I'm a Ben fan, but so that's why I always start
up to that game. Ben Roethlisberger averaged 23.95 points a game, right? And Cam Newton averaged 23.9 points a game. 0.05 was the difference. So I looked at that and I said, I can't. All right, well, I shouldn't. I mean,
gotta go with the extra point.
At that point, no, actually, Ben had the extra point, but at that point, it was like, all right, it's a toss-up. It's a toss-up. Go with my gut. My gut told me Cam Newton. Guess who's in my lineup this week?
Ben. Ben, you have stepped up. You have made it. Like I said, it just.
Luckily, it didn't cost me the game because I would be furious.
That's what I'm about to say. If it did, I would be like, damn, that shit sucks. He put up that 50 balls. Like, jeez.
But what I'm getting to is when you get to these games that are supposed to be game of the week,
it
doesn't usually pan out.
Nah.
I'm hoping this is different.
I'm looking for this to to everybody to be like off of their seat, like, oh man, I can't believe he did that. Oh man, I can't believe he caught that. I can't believe he ran. I can't believe that. Like I'm looking for one of those type of games. That these
I want a bunch of he got moss plays.
Yeah, like straight up speed. Everybody just running, just gunning at each other. So I'm looking for this game to be just like. Who really wants it? Who really wants to be the top dog? Who's looking to go to the Super Bowl this year? Because now wait, are they in the same division?
No,
I mean same conference?
Chiefs AFC, Rams NFC.
So we might be looking at Super Bowl.
Could be a Super Bowl preview. Absolutely could be.
Like that'd be kind of cool.
These are two teams that have a lot to prove.
Yeah, like especially
both now and in the playoffs.
It's such like crazy too. You got a young coach on the Rams side, his second year in, I think, or his third year.
Yeah, second.
You know what I'm saying? Coming out of the gates, looking very solid as a head coach, and look like he's going to be that for a very long time. And Andy Reid, being who Andy Reid is.
Andy Reid's been there 1,000 times.
He is probably, I'm not going to call him, who
Bill Belichick. Whatever your question is Bill Belichick.
No, I'm just saying, like, no. Bill, I was going to say Bill is Phil Jackson when it comes to the NFL. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think of who Andy Reid is because Andy Reid is a very solid, just.
He's a solid coach, but without a championship.
Yeah, without a championship, but he's always on the winning side, at most part.
Jerry Sloan?
Yeah, but Jerry Sloan was on like a one team thing. I just feel like, anybody just gonna be like Jerry Sloan.
But like he took his but like Andy Reid basically runs the same offense. It's evolved a little bit, but it's the same offense. Jerry Sloan knew one play.
pick and rolls, pick and roll.
It almost won him a championship a handful of times.
Twice. I mean, it was a bad time, but it's just
he was going up against a guy called Michael Jordan. Just saying. But
but either way, Andy Reid, he's just a historic, coach at this point in his life, his career.
Like even without a championship, he had a Hall of Fame career.
I think so too. Like he's been to the Super Bowl, I think twice or one time. I don't know his younger days, but he's been to the Super Bowl. He has hella experience. He came to the Chiefs, leaving the Eagles, still productive with the Eagles before he left, and came to the Chiefs and changed that whole organization. Yeah. So
they were mediocre at best before he got there.
I think Andy Reid coming to this team was the best for the Chiefs, of course, but it's so crazy seeing like how this game is, to me, a big game for both of them.
Mm-hmm. Like so ultimately, are you pulling for or who you said you're pulling for the Chiefs? Okay, so that's who you're picking.
Yeah. Right. I got the Chiefs.
I've been on the Patrick Mahomes train all year. I'm not jumping off now, so we're both going with the Chiefs. Absolutely. Nice. So that's all of our Week 11 games, but we're not done yet. There's some basketball stuff I want to talk about.
Oh yeah, this is where I come in. Hot takes.
Let's start with your guy.
Which one?
Hoodie Mello.
Okay, listen.
No, okay, get your bail ready. Get your bail money ready because you're gonna have to bail him out.
I'm not bailing him out. He can stay where he's at. But at the end of the day, he wasn't the problem with Houston. Like let's let that be clear. He was never the problem, but he also wasn't the solution. Basically saying that.
I've said this for 6 months on this show. Melo to the Rockets was going to instantly ruin the Rockets' chance of a championship.
I wouldn't say ruin. They lost two of their best defensive players.
Which was my point. You let those guys go. You brought Melo into the situation. Once again, a Mike D'Antoni-led team has taken defense for granted.
Well, again, and then, like, as I said, I can't agree with you with Melo being the reason they wouldn't have won. It's more of, again, they lost some defensive players. They lost a defensive coordinator, and they were coming in thinking that we don't need those guys because we pretty much know where our system is out and what we got to do. And obviously, it wasn't.
That never works. Like when teams decide, it's like, oh, we guys know the system.
You know what I'm saying? That's the problem.
It never works.
It never does. But see, that's why I never understand. Somebody said the other day on ESPN, I've never seen. This is just a side thing. I never seen a championship team break up. Like once they win, they don't. Like it's easy for them to say, oh yeah, I'll take short money because I want to do this again. It's like this with, the Rockets for me. Y'all made it to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah. Game away.
Yeah. Why the hell would you let go of people that literally got you there?
Because
you know what I'm saying?
Because and this is who I am blaming. Because one player in particular said,
I want all the money.
I want the money.
Yeah.
I'm not taking a pay cut. $40 million, my guy.
Listen, Chris Paul?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he took that money, first off, LeBron looked at that and said, that ain't gonna work.
Right.
and that basically made it impossible for LeBron to go there.
It also, like, what makes it messed up, between those two guys, though, I think they could have worked a deal for them in some type of fashion. Like, Trevor Ariza signed to the Phoenix Suns, I think it was it's either 1 year, $15 million. They could have gave him $10 million. I think he would have took it.
No, I don't think he would have.
I think he would have. Because listen, why would you go to? You literally was one game away from going into the NBA championship, knocking out the Golden State Warriors out of all teams, to go to the Phoenix Suns and play.
I don't think. Well, first off, $5 million is a big difference.
It's a big difference.
That's a third of the money.
That's a big difference. Yes,
and second off, I don't think that the Rockets were that close. I really don't. I think they decided, all right, we're going to give our money to Harden and Paul, and everybody else can take lowball money. How long did it take them to get back their center? I can't think of his name. Right now.
Capella.
Capella. How long did it take them to get back Clint Capella?
What, like during the free agency?
Yes.
I don't remember if he signed after Chris Paul or
It was
before.
at the end.
Yeah.
It was damn near close to training camp. They let that shit ride because they were not trying to pay him.
They weren't. They really wasn't trying to pay him, or they weren't trying to give him whatever dollars amount.
But they had let everybody else walk out of there, and they realized, shit, we gotta pay it.
Yeah.
All right, we can't let him go too.
Yeah. It's like I said. When it comes to Melo, I didn't think that he was. Like I said, he wasn't the problem, but he also wasn't a solution.
No.
If they would have had Trevor Ariza still there and Bayamute, and let's just say their defensive coordinator, I think they would be a little bit more better.
Here's the
they
thing.
were last year.
So for those that do not understand like what a defensive coordinator, what his effect is on a team, I'll put it in perspective like this: when the Boston Celtics won their last championship, Tom Thibodeau was their defensive coordinator on that team. He leaves and gets a head coaching job with the Bulls.
Yep.
It is not a coincidence that the Celtics do not win another championship after that. Their defense is still solid, but it is not the same.
I mean, don't get it twisted. Like, you think that the head coach is really making all the calls when it comes to,
He has a coaching staff. It's like football. It's just not talked about the same way.
It's not. They like the guys on, like, you see the head coaches talking on the bench, but the other assistant coaches are letting the other players know, hey, this is what you're doing on defense.
There is a reason why guys on Steve Kerr's staff keep getting head coaching jobs.
Yeah. Or not, I'll give you a better one. Greg Popovich.
Oh yeah,
he has
a low key, sneaky good coaching tree.
So is it like? But Steve Kerr's on the come up with that. Yeah, like he has a few guys that's leaving that's becoming head coach. But then again, some were head coaches already. They just
nobody wanted Larry Brown.
But back to my man Melo. Yeah. I think he really does have to find the right solution. The right place.
Is there a right solution for him in the NBA today?
Not technically if he doesn't, honestly, he needs to make his shots. He can be a spot-up shooter. He's good at that. He needs to stop with the solo dribble, shoot. He's gotten away from that. He's gotten away from that. When he's with Houston, he wasn't doing that as much. Now he was taking the shots, but you gotta hit him.
Here's my thing. Melo is not a great 3-point shooter. He's a good long two. He's a great long two. Yeah. But he's not a good 3-point shooter.
He's not a great 3-point shooter. And that's what this game is about now.
That's what the Rockets offense is predicated on. It's 3-point shooting.
Yeah.
He's not a great 3-point shooter. So when you put him in that situation, it's not going to work out the way you think it is. And everybody says, well, why can't he be Olympic Melo now that he's got other superstars with him? Okay, let's talk about that. Olympic Melo. Where's the 3-point line for international basketball? The 3-point line is a good foot closer.
Yeah, it really.
That is a huge difference.
Yeah.
That is where long 2-point Melo is all of a sudden 3-point Melo.
He needs, like, all I'm saying is, like, he still does he have a spot in the NBA? Of course, I think
I wouldn't say of course.
I'll say like this. This is why I say of course. I think any low team will take him.
Well, here's the thing. Melo's not going to go to a team that can't contend.
And that's what I'm saying, yeah.
That adds to my question. That's part of my question. Is there a team that he can go to where he can contend and contribute?
I say he can contribute with the Heat. They are not doing very well starting off. They're doing okay, but they need some more scoring. So I think if he can be what he is, he can go to Miami.
I think he wants more of a layup than that. As far as like, all right, can we like make a deep playoff run? And I don't think he sees Miami as that.
I mean, a deep playoff run. I mean, he can. The only other team I can think of is, and like I said, he has to make the shots. Yeah. The Sixers still need some shooters. They like, because Ben Simmons ain't shooting, Fultz ain't shooting. They just lost Sarge and Covington, so y'all need some shooters.
Hey, Jimmy's willing to take all the shots.
I'm just saying, I think if they need some shooters, you better call Melo too.
Jimmy Butler wanted all the smoke.
What you call it? There was some talks that the Lakers would take him, but that's not happening.
You think LeBron is going to let that go down? Hey, LeBron, you want your boy Melo? Nah.
Like I said, I don't think that they got too much going on over there. There's a bunch of players, as far as I'm concerned. They don't need nobody else.
And Tyson Chandler was the best thing.
No, it was, but they also trying to get like Kyle Korver or something like that. So they trying to get shooters.
LeBron doing his thing again, huh?
Something like that. I don't know.
LeBron put his GM hat back on.
You heard that Tyson Chandler actually had a chance to sign with the Warriors, but he went to the Lakers instead. Like the Warriors wanted him.
Guys that have championships can do that.
Yeah, that's true. That's what I said. I was like, well, he had a championship. Why would he want to go to Golden State? It's not like he chasing something.
Now, if you don't have a ring, you go to Golden State.
Yeah, what you call it? They were saying does Melo should go to the Warriors, and Warriors said we don't have no interest in signing that guy.
We don't want that cancer. We got enough problems. Have you seen what's going on?
Yeah, but like I said, I think he has a place for a contender. I think he should go back to the East, and I think either the Heat or, like I said, if you want to talk about playoff run to really get somewhere, maybe the conference finals, the Sixers, my best bet.
The only team that I can see that like legitimately has a chance in the playoffs,
that could use them,
is Boston.
I was going to say Boston, but if they don't get their shit together soon, they're gonna have a problem.
It's still early. We're 20 games in. Like it's a fourth of the season, but there's still time.
I love like what they have over there. I love Brad Stevenson. I think he's like the upcoming best head coach in the future. Like he's gonna be that top head coach. Mm-hmm. He's got to figure out what he's gonna do with Gordon Hayward. He also has to figure out what he needs to do with Kyrie Irving. Now, this is why I say Kyrie Irving. He did it again. He scored a whole bunch of points and got 1 assist. And
LeBron's not there to yell at him.
Nobody's there, but you can't do that for your teammates. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown last year was literally balling out of control. This year, they have literally took a dip.
There's not enough possessions for the amount of guys that they have out there.
And that's what I'm saying.
And Kyrie, I think in Kyrie's psyche, there's a power struggle on whose team it is. Because at the beginning of last season, it was pretty clear it was Kyrie's team. That's why he went there.
There's no Gordon Hayward even said to himself, like, I'll come off the bench if y'all need me to. Like, he's literally come off injury.
Gordon Hayward is still recovering, is still rehabbing from his injury. Like, that, I never thought that this was going to be the year that you saw Pete Gordon Hayward in the Boston Celtics uniform. No. I never thought that.
No, I didn't look nothing for him.
If you saw the injury.
Listen, I didn't think nothing for him this year but to just get back to at least.
I just wanted you to get back on the court, my guy.
He was doing his thing. Like all I'm saying is, like, they have to look at themselves in the mirror and they have to come together. They're not coming together.
Kyrie Irving said something really interesting. This is actually the reason why I pointed to Melo.
Was it because we need a 15-year,
we need a 15-year veteran, to show us what to go. So, first off, that's oddly specific. So, and second off, Kyrie, you had that. You ran away from that.
I don't.
I have a problem with him saying that.
Yeah, I do too, kinda.
You had that. You had that specifically. You didn't like it. And you left.
Well, I'm mad more that he said that when you have Al Horford on your team that's been 14, 15 years.
And it is mad disrespectful with Al Horford.
You know what I'm saying? Too. Like, that's some kind of jab.
Al Horford is disrespected by everybody outside of Boston enough. He don't need to disrespect by his own teammates.
Is like, okay, he's been to the Eastern Conference Finals. He knows how to win. He's been through winning. So I was like.
Do you not remember Al Horford ate up Joel Embiid in the playoffs last year. Yeah, he did. He ate him alive.
And what I'm saying is just like Kyrie Irving, he wants his own team. He wants to be the leader. He wants to
be the man. Guess what? You need to be that vet.
Like, he won a game solely by himself the other day against, I can't remember who it was. I think it was the Raptors. They went into overtime. I wish I watched that game, but he scored like 43 points and whatever. But in this last game against Jazz beat him by like 12 points. And Kyrie Irving had I think 28 points, and everybody else was just. I think the most points that the next person that had the most points was Jason Tatum with like 14 or something.
I don't think that the ultimate point that I'm getting at with the conversation is Melo. Like, the ultimate point is I do not see a situation that he can go to where he can both contribute and contend. I don't see it where it works.
again, the only place and it's not like he talks or anything. Just his game is just off. It's not what it used to be. It's not ever going to be what it used to be.
This is when I knew it was over in Houston. Ironically, it was the good game Melo had. When Melo scored 28, I don't remember who it was against.
Yeah,
but when he scored 28,
James Harden was out again. He didn't play that game.
Yeah, Melo was like, "Oh no, I still got it.
Yeah,
give me the rock."
Right.
And as soon as I saw that, I said, "Oh, they about to kick his ass out of there."
But it's like that game though. Like I said, I looked at that game as Harden was out. They had to win. At that point they were below 500, so they had to win.
They did.
But like I said,
but in Melo's head after that game, it was like, "Oh no, I can still do this."
He still has game, but it's just not enough for this type of NBA. And you got to come off the bench. You're gonna have to take a back seat to probably the sixth man. You can't be the sixth man.
Melo would have been great in the 90s.
Oh yeah, of course.
Awesome in the 90s, but in this NBA where it's like three or dunk,
he was fine up until when he went to New York. I'll say his second year in New York, that's when things to me started changing. And you should change with them. You know what I'm saying? Because he was still solid when
my biggest issue with Melo is like, you're in the same draft class as LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, all those guys. We know that. When you came out, you and LeBron were guarded as really close as far as like your game, how you guys played, your ability, like your skill level, all that shit. And every single year you saw LeBron add to his game. You saw LeBron take steps to get better and better. And you didn't see the same thing with Melo.
You didn't see it with Melo in the sense of I get where you're coming at, but he did come with new stuff, but it wasn't stuff that you really need to know. You already knew it. You just gotten better, and you just sharpened it.
It's just more shooting.
You know what I'm saying? Like his post game got better. His dribble shoot or something. But I'm saying like it was stuff that he already knew, but he just sharpened it. But when it comes to LeBron added new stuff. He
added a jump hook, which I haven't seen in a while.
He added a jump shot. His jump shot gotten better. His post game was gotten a lot better. His drive to the hole was just
defense. Yeah, like LeBron added a whole layer of defense to his game.
I still think it's a shame that guy doesn't have a defensive player of the year.
I want to say it was his last year in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Before he went to Miami, before the decision and all that.
Yeah.
He should have won Defensive Player that year.
Yeah.
Defensive Player of the Year, he should have won it that year. In my opinion.
But when it comes to Melo, like I said, he still has room somewhere in the NBA, but he needs to take, like I said, he's going to have to take a back seat to the sixth man, not be that sixth man. Like you're going to come off the bench, you just don't have it no more. Face it.
Go to China and average like 100 points, my guy.
And then people keep saying for him to go overseas. I think you're too big for that. In my opinion, I think he's a little bit too big to be going. Like
5 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying like it's still kind of, like it because he still has room. He's not washed up. Because there's a lot. He's still better than a whole bunch of players in the NBA. He's still better than a handful of them. You know what I'm saying? Half of those guys should probably really be in China, but they just end up finding their way on the team. But all I'm saying is like if he goes overseas, okay, go overseas, but to me is pointless because you should be in the NBA. He should go to China. If he doesn't retire by the end of this year,
average 100 points a game, become a basketball god.
Those are for the Jimmer Fredette's and stuff.
Show Jimmer was really popping.
In the Stephon Marbury's and the Stoudemire's, like those guys, they deserve to be in China.
All right, I'm done talking about Melo. I am, however, wanting to talk about all the smoke that's going on in Golden State.
Golden State.
So let me start by this. I personally think it's completely overblown.
It is.
But I do think that the kind of individual that Kevin Durant has shown us that he is in the last handful of years, I think that this very well could lead to him leaving.
You think that he's really a B?
I'm not going to call another grown man that unless I'm ready to fight him.
I'm not saying.
I'm not trying to fight Kevin Durant. Though, if he punches me in the face, I will gladly take that lawsuit.
What you call it? What you call it? It was blown out. That thing just took off. It's so weird. It's like a match, and somebody took a spray of like Axe and just spray the match, and whoosh, like it just turned out to be more than it should have been.
Draymond is really intense. He's a really intense individual.
Yeah.
And I can understand like situations where he can get on your nerves.
Yeah.
But he's incredibly important to that team. I hear a lot of people say, well, if it comes down to it, the Warriors will pick Draymond, will pick Kevin over Draymond, and that's why they suspended him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not so sure that's a great idea. You've proven that you can win a championship without Kevin Durant. Mm-hmm. You've done that before. I don't know if you can win a championship without Draymond, because a lot of people say when you were up 3-1 against the Cavs and they came back and beat you, they say the big reason for that is because Draymond wasn't in that game.
Well, yeah, he missed the one game.
Granted, Kevin wasn't on the team then, but Draymond is your defensive catalyst. He runs your offense more times than not.
You know what's funny with Draymond? People can, probably say I'm wrong, but I think honestly, I think he's starting to take a dip. I think he and to me right now is at like how Joakim Noah was. He was really good. He was doing all this stuff, and now he's at a point where I can't use you. You don't score right now.
I think Draymond not scoring is by design of that offense.
Okay, you're right. That offense, right, but he's not really contributing like how I feel like how he used to. Like he used to be that, hey, get the ball to Draymond, he's gonna find you, he's gonna find your cuts, he's gonna, make the offense, what it is. But lately I haven't really seen that from him. And he has been injured this year. And he's talking about he wants, get paid this year and everything. But he's not playing to where he can get paid. He said he needs to get Defensive Player of the Year and at least get some type of accolade this year.
To be eligible for the Supermax, he needs to be all defense. One of the all defensive teams.
But that's what I'm saying, if he wants that. But starting off this year, he's literally looking like that's not happening. But
just like the all defensive team and all offensive, like the all NBA team, generally, unless somebody like has a standout year, it's the same guys. In all honesty, Draymond don't got to worry about that. He's going to be on the all defensive team, one of the three.
Like I said, the way he started, I feel like this a bit
off of name. He's going to be on one of the three because he's always on that first team.
I mean, just because of name, I still don't like. Even LeBron James has missed a defensive teams, and he should have been on there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really Patrick Beverly is all first team defense. You know what I'm saying? No-name guys can be on there.
Yeah, but they have outstanding seasons when they do.
No. Like I said, Patrick Beverly didn't have an outstanding season. He was first team all-defense.
Patrick Beverly did have a good defensive season.
I'm talking he did have a good defensive season, but I'm talking about, like if you, to this year, starting off, Draymond Green is not having a good defensive season.
I'm saying off of his name, he's still going to get there just off of that unless there's somebody that comes out of nowhere that takes him out of that.
But that's what I'm saying, no-name guys can have a good defensive season.
Have, but they haven't yet. Like, up to this point, nobody's, really had a wowing.
Have you seen the Memphis Grizzlies? You seen their power forward? That dude has been blocked. Who else? Freaking, man, who was it the other day? Oh, the dude off the Nets, the center. Like, that guy's he blocked the hell out of the motherfucker.
Nobody watches the Nets basketball.
So
no one's going to know.
But nobody watches it, but, like I said, the NBA, they literally watch, when it comes to defense, when they come to the defensive, standings on who really deserves it. Because like I said, nobody really pays attention to it. Everybody always cares about first team offense, and that's why there's 3 first team all
NBA and all defensive.
And there's none. I think there's only 2. I think there's first all defensive 1 and then 2, and that's it. They don't have a third one. I'm really pretty sure they don't. So it's just like I think they really try to, put that, put certain people in that place because certain people really do deserve it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, certain people that have, that you don't really hear about, like Allen. Remember Tony Allen?
Yeah.
He's always first team defense, and he was with the Memphis Grizzlies.
I don't even know if he's still in the league.
He's not. Okay. But it's just like I said, you're right when you say Draymond Green's name is solidified, but you still got to put in the work. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You still got to at least show it.
It's still early, but okay. So let's get back to the Warriors as a whole.
Yeah.
Draymond is you think he's starting to dip? That can be the case. They've been to the finals
4 times, 5,
5 straight years. Yeah.
But they won 3.
They won 3. They lost 1. So they've been to the finals 4 straight years.
Yeah. No. They won. They lost.
They won. and now this season.
Okay,
So they've been there for 4 straight years.
Seems like they've been there ever since.
Yeah, it feels like
I'm thinking of LeBron James though. Like
Yeah,
how many
yeah.
times LeBron James there? How many times you faced them?
When you go, and this is why I think LeBron went to LA, because I think he needed a break. That's a lot of basketball consecutively.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Like, it wears on you a lot.
Yeah.
So I can see some guys having some fatigue. You
Yeah.
go back to those Bulls in the 90s, a lot of people have said Michael Jordan retired because he was tired.
Yeah.
They were exhausted after that first three-peat.
Well, we could think that he got suspended and everything.
I mean, there's a lot of theories about
Yeah,
why
there's a
Michael
whole
Jordan
bunch
was
of
gone for
theories.
2
Who
years.
knows
Yeah.
why we did,
We'll never know the truth.
But he came back.
But he came back and he was fresh and he was able to do another
Yeah.
three-peat. And Steve Kerr's even said, by the time we were done with that second three-peat, we were done.
Yeah.
Like, they could have came back. They say that even if they came back, they weren't going to win another championship. They were exhausted.
It's hard to go for. It really is. I mean, Shaq and Kobe lost for their fourth, didn't they? To Pistons.
They couldn't go for
They couldn't go it. Nobody. It's very, very hard. So, like, I look at the end of the day when it comes to this whole, wherever the hell you want to call it, wherever they got going on there, the Golden State Warriors are going to win the NBA championship
this year. Though, it's not even a question.
They're going to win. They're going to find.
Though I will say this: the last time that I think we were this sure of the Warriors is when they lost to the Cavs.
Yeah, but that's because they had 73 wins. You
Yeah.
would have thought, like, hey, y'all guys got this in the bag.
But realistically, I mean, there's the Rockets aren't there.
Right now, the Rockets. Well, they're coming along.
They're coming around.
I will say now,
but here's the problem: you needed home field advantage to beat the Warriors, and you're behind 8 ball on that right now.
Do you?
Yeah, you do. To have a chance, you do.
When it comes to the Rockets, you saying?
To any team, you need home field advantage to be able to beat the Warriors. That is unquestionably step one.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you get to that Game 7 situation in Golden State with Kevin Durant, with Steph Curry, with Klay Thompson, with all those weapons, they're going to blow you out of the water.
Don't forget Boogie Cousins still got to come back too.
I don't think anybody even remembers Boogie's on the team.
I think a lot of people forgot too.
I saw him trying to calm Draymond Green down. First off, that was hilarious. That Boogie Cousins is the peacemaker in this situation. That's hilarious to me.
He tried to be. Yeah, he tried to pull him Draymond Green to the side.
Man, you can't go off like that.
Well, you know,
Draymond's like, yo, get the fuck out my face.
I will say this. I kind of am on Draymond Green's side, on the sense of you don't know
For the reasoning why he exploded on KD?
Yeah.
He was deflecting on the situation.
Yeah, he was.
But what he said was accurate.
Like, bro, like.
To a degree.
Like,
I'm not going to say that KD's a bitch.
You're getting all frustrated and mad. Like, either he did see him, either Kevin Durant saw Draymond Green, saw him, and just said,
oh, yeah, no.
Like, no.
Look, here's the thing.
I can understand why KD's mad.
Draymond saw KD, but I can go through enough games to where in that situation, Draymond does the exact same thing, but it works.
You know what? Shame on KD because you didn't run with him. I'm pretty sure if you would have ran with him, he would have probably, got a good look or whatever, but he didn't run with him, But at the end, what I'm trying to say is KD got upset with him because he didn't give him the ball right away. But at the same time, it's like, don't get mad at me, like, we're in this together. Like, do that, in the locker room or something. But we in the middle of a game right now. If just like how LeBron James and J.R. Smith. You shouldn't, like, if LeBron James didn't blow up on J.R. Smith right there, they might have had a chance.
Look. I'm not going to compare those two situations because I can completely understand why LeBron blew.
No.
He shouldn't have. But I can understand why he did.
This is everything that happens in sports, though. When something weird happens.
That was the biggest stage. That's what you've been playing. Like, LeBron gave it 3,000%. And this motherfucker doesn't know what the score is.
But see, what I'm saying is like, every time something weird happens, and I can't name any more, but I can only think of now, like with this situation with Draymond Green, with the same thing that happened with LeBron James and JR. Mm-hmm. And I hate to bring this up, but the same thing that happened with the Cubs when the buddy caught the ball in the
Bartman. Yeah.
You should have grabbed everybody and said, "Hey, calm down." It is. And what happened to all 3 of those games so far? Well, everybody got lost.
The difference, I think, is like this KD Draymond situation wasn't that kind of situation. It was one of 82. It was one of 82. It's not that big of a deal.
It isn't. It should have been, but that's what I'm saying. They
Yeah.
literally blew up on each other in the bench, and it didn't have to be. Draymond Green got mad at KD because KD was coming at him. KD shouldn't have came at him, and Draymond Green shouldn't have took it that serious.
It's like Draymond's defense for KD coming at him was bringing up some shit that had nothing to do.
And
with
that's
it.
the other part.
And
of it.
that's my problem with Draymond. I don't really know who. I don't really
He's
have
gonna
a side to
go
pick
at your
on
heart.
this.
Like he's gonna come at you with
Yeah,
whatever.
Draymond a dirty dude.
He doesn't give a
he
shit.
gonna cut deep.
Exactly.
So what? And he said what I think was on a lot of those players' minds as far as KD goes. It's like, look, man, you had like we're all in this to win, and you haven't committed to this fully. Like, what's going on?
Well, I think when it comes to it, like they were like before this happened. Yeah, if it was on their mind, it's fine. But they were winning before this happened. So,
but two things, and this is I think what makes it such a big deal. One, this is his contract year. Two, Steph Curry wasn't on the court.
he was there, but he wasn't on the court.
He wasn't on the court. Steph Curry on the court changes the Warriors.
And that's fine, but it's still like.
And I think in that situation, Steph Curry has the ball and he decides what happens. And
it
even if it's the same result, nobody says a word to Steph Curry.
Well, no, it's his. Like at the end of the day, that team is Steph Curry's team. The best player is Kevin Durant. Stephen A. Smith said it's best. The heart is Draymond Green.
Yeah. Steph is the lead.
Yeah.
KD is the best. Draymond's the heart.
Yeah. Like
100% agree.
But like nobody, like of course what Steph says, anything goes. Steph is the guy you go to.
All this will blow over when Steph gets back on the court.
They're
going to go on a 12, 15 game winning streak.
They're gonna win the title this year. But like, why should y'all worry about like Draymond Green? You have a contract. You don't even know if honestly, I don't know if Draymond Green's coming back. If they don't give him the money that he thinks he deserves, he's bouncing.
I don't think he is. I think look.
If they don't give him the money, I think
Draymond is smart. Draymond wants the money, but he's not leaving.
Listen, if KD for some reason doesn't come back, I just wouldn't be surprised. Like if KD doesn't come back, Draymond Green might stay.
If KD doesn't come back, there's no doubt in my mind Draymond comes back. If KD does come back, that's where I think that there's a chance that Draymond's not there because KD could pull the I'll be come back, but he can't be here. And that's the only way Draymond's not on this team next year. Because at the end of the day, I think Draymond knows the situation. I don't want to go get money and be in a really shitty situation, losing all the time. Because Draymond's the kind of guy that understands the feeling of losing sucks, and he hates that feeling.
But who says he goes to a losing team? Like, I mean, I think, hell, what if he goes to the Lakers? Him and LeBron James are good friends. You know what I'm saying?
So he's going to risk that Lakers thing not working for the money.
Well,
this is the only reason why I say this is because he takes the money to a situation that he's not 100% sure if it works. You know the Warriors thing works. You know it works. You've been a part of it long enough.
Listen, this is that same thing that I was saying earlier. They say that it was Kenny Smith that said this. He said he'd never seen a championship team, break up after they win a title to just decide to all leave.
98 Bulls.
No, it's not even that. They said it was like willingly, like they can just like leave. They didn't want to do it no more, or they didn't want to be together no more. I'd say the Dallas Mavericks, Jason Kidd and Tyson Chandler left to go to New York and everything. The Shaq and Kobe thing, they just didn't like each other.
Well, Shaq went to the front office and said me or him, and they said he's younger by.
Yeah, like it just, but like sometimes guys get sick of each other, It
you're around
just
each other
happens
way
like
too
that.
much. Like it's a very volatile situation, man.
Like Steve Kerr got punched in the face by Michael Jordan.
Allegedly.
Let's just make it what it is. It happened.
Steve, why do you have a black eye? I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't see nothing. Of course you don't. You know what happened? You can't see yourself. But it's just that, like, this all I'm saying. This team is not going to be the same team by next year. Either Kevin Durant's gone, Klay Thompson's gone. I can't remember if Draymond Green is a restricted free agent.
He's a restricted free agent.
So he can leave if he wanted to next year.
With the right deal.
Right there, yeah. One of them guys is not going to be back. Either one of them's not going to be back, two of them not going to be back. Cause
I don't think Klay's going anywhere.
I don't think Klay either.
Klay don't give a fuck about it.
I don't think Klay, but I wouldn't be surprised if he gets. His daddy wants him to go to the Lakers badly, and then like if they can sweet talk him in the air, still sunshine weather, just in a little bit of Hollywood now. Like who wants to turn down sometime when it comes to the Lakers and play with LeBron James? I understand you and Steph and y'all build something, but you got 3 championships. Once niggas win championships, they don't give a fuck. They don't. Tell me one player that gives a hell besides Kobe, Michael, and all those guys.
I don't think Clay gave a fuck before the championships, honestly. But I think, like, literally, all you got to do is tell Clay, you'll get like 20 shots a game. No, you'll get like 15 shots a game. We'll get you 15 shots a game. You'll average like 22, 24 points a game. I'm in. That's all you got to tell Clay.
Hey, that's probably true.
That's all he cares about.
And then, honestly, not to say the Golden State Warriors not going nowhere at this point. Like, they're going to stay relevant. But the Lakers getting LeBron James is a big deal where I feel like everybody would want to go there. Like, why would you not want to go to L.A. and play with LeBron James? With LeBron.
Yeah, like before,
that's why I wouldn't be surprised.
That's why he had a hard time. He had a hard time getting people coming to Cleveland because it's still Cleveland. It was easy to get guys to come to Miami.
Look how many guys came. I mean, it's not the team that you really won, but
it was the all old team.
You know what I'm saying? But they all came. Like Rondo going to the Lakers and playing with LeBron James. He never liked LeBron James, especially all those times back in the East.
I would venture to say he still doesn't like LeBron.
I don't think he does either. But hell, I get to go play with LeBron James with LA. That's gonna be blockbuster. People gonna be watching us. I get to be on highlights. Those guys, people that come to LA want to be seen. That's the whole reason why you want to be there.
And playing with LeBron, you want to be seen too. Yeah, it's everything.
I just think like Clay could possibly get Swimmer to go over there. Draymond Green, he can possibly go over there just because him and LeBron are that cool. KD can go over there just because they was talking about this. Like he sees the stuff written on the wall. Like I have titles, I can go play. If I go with LeBron James, who's gonna stop them?
But I think that
besides Stephen Curry and
I think that with KD specifically, if he leaves Golden State, it's because he's tired of hearing that it's not your team.
Well, shit, if you go to Lakers, not your team.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if he leaves Golden State, it's not going to go to LA and be on LeBron's team now.
I don't think KD has a problem not being the guy. I don't think he cares about that noise. I think he'd rather not have that noise.
I think he didn't care before, but I think he's getting tired of hearing, "Oh, you wouldn't join Steph's team. It's still Steph's team." It's like, nah, I've been the MVP of those finals. No, that's still Steph's team. And I think that he kind of wants to get his own team and win a championship just once, just to prove that he can.
Nah,
going to LeBron, you can't do that in the LA with LeBron. You can't.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't be able. Like, he can't. Honestly, there's no place he could go unless he goes to a bumfuck team and carries them all the way to the NBA Finals and win a title. No matter where he goes, it can't be his team.
No, it can be. You can go to any team besides the Lakers and the Warriors, and it be your team.
If you go,
the reason I say that is because all these other teams don't have championship pedigree. The Warriors already had championship pedigree. LeBron already has championship pedigree. He'd go to the Celtics. Nobody there has championship pedigree besides Kyrie Irving, who's kind of proven he's not the guy. He could go to the 76ers. Nobody there has championship pedigree. He could go literally anywhere he wants to a team that's strong enough and give them championship pedigree, and all of a sudden, that's his team. He could go to the Blazers. But if he goes to L.A., or if he stays in Golden State, those championships aren't his. Not his as the lead. Those aren't his teams.
Oh, you go back to OKC.
That's Russ' team now. That's Russ's team now. Russ got to let you come back.
Yeah. Like I said, that whole thing with LeBron, KD and Draymond is blown out. But I will say that it's not looking too good for them right now without Steph. They lost last night to Dallas. Word. Luka Doncic had 24.
Here's the whole thing about that, though. We know Steph Curry's going to come back. And when Steph Curry comes back, everything's going to be normal.
It probably will, but the fact that it's kind of scary to see that KD and Klay Thompson can't win a game against below average
Their
teams.
record without Steph last year was trash.
But I'm saying last
against
year
everybody. They win 30% of their games when Steph doesn't play.
But I'm just saying, it shows that it's kind of sad that you can't win games without him. That's what I'm saying. How are you supposed to want this to be your team when you literally can't win games?
That's why the noise won't stop about it being Steph's team. You can sit out and they still win games. They won a championship without you. You can't win without Steph being on that court. You can't.
But that's what I'm saying. Like this, like it's just the situation that's going on. It just seemed like it just gotten ugly where they're not focusing. When it's just the team. Like you gotta worry about the team. You can't worry about yourself right now. That's the problem.
This is exactly what's gonna happen. Steph Curry's gonna come back. Whenever he comes back, he's gonna make 13 threes or some shit, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh my God, Steph Curry's back. He's so amazing. He's going for the 3-point record again." Mm-hmm. Yeah. In the next 3 years, Steph Curry's gonna be the all-time 3-point leader.
I say we don't get about it in 2 years.
Bro,
like 2 years.
If he hits 400 threes again, just give it to him.
He's sitting out. He's gonna be sitting out for a while too in this groin injury. So
They're holding him out because they know that they know that when he comes back, it's over. So they're making sure he's good. He could have played by now. I'm almost certain of that. But there's that. I did have another topic.
Anything with Jimmy Butler? Is it basketball?
It is basketball related.
Anything with Jimmy Butler?
Yes and no. Jimmy Butler is the basis of it.
He's an asshole. Let me just say that first of all.
I love it though.
Yeah, but it's like I love Jimmy. He's still one of my favorite players to watch, but he's an asshole.
100%.
Like the game that they won the other day. He actually scored I think like 30-something points. I think it was either 20-something or 30. They won. The lady that interviewed him, she asked him how do you feel and all stuff. He said, "Oh yeah, I like playing with these guys. These guys are way better." Like, bro, what happened over there that just them guys what did they say to you to make you so bitter? He was always
it's what he said to them.
But I mean, he's still I guess he just when you just done fucking your enemy, fucking him some more. Yeah. But it's just like it's done, man. Why are you jabbing at them like that?
What did we say last night when he plays the Timberwolves? Dude's going for 80.
I want to check the schedule and see if he does play there. If they haven't played him already, but yeah, he's I'm like. Dude, just let it go. It's over.
He's got permanent smoke with Tibbs. He's got permanent smoke with Cat.
That's so sad, too. That's so
he wanted to go to Tibbs, too. Yeah, now he's like, I can't fuck with you now, bro. He got permanent smoke with Wiggins. I actually think him and Derrick Rose are cool.
No, him and Rose are cool.
Which is funny because when they were in Chicago, they did not fuck with each other.
They just couldn't play with each other. I don't think they couldn't fuck with. They just couldn't.
I think they didn't fuck with each other because they couldn't play with each other. They both wanted to be the guy, and they was looking at each other like, nah. They walked into it. Was like, all right, the alpha take the lead. They both stood up, looked at each other.
It was like Rose was the man. Butler wanted to take it from him, and Rose wasn't allowing it.
What happened was Rose was the man. He was hurt, and while he was hurt, Jimmy became the man. Yeah. Derrick Rose came back and looked at him like, "Nah, this is my team." Jimmy said, "Nah, it's my team."
It was a hard situation. It was one of those type of mirrors, like who's the leader. I think they were cool though. I think they I think he was fine with veterans. It literally was the young guys. It was all the young guys that I think he had a problem with.
Yeah, because him and Taj is cool.
Yeah, all the young older
Taj
guys.
Is cool with everybody. Though.
Yeah, Taj is I ain't got shit to do with this, but he was cool. I think, like I said, I think he just had a problem with the young guys.
Yeah, he said they ain't got no heart.
He said also in that interview, he said these guys want to win. When somebody says something, they do it. I was just like, jeez, man. So he definitely had a problem with.
So Jimmy is an asshole, absolutely, but. Everything that Jimmy has said about the Minnesota Timberwolves, he hasn't been wrong about.
He hasn't been wrong, but
he's gone about it in an asshole way, but he hasn't been wrong.
He did it wrong, but I will say I think that helped him though, cuz they pretty much seen you know what? He's right. We just don't want him on the team.
Well, It's basically like when he left, it was like we can't let him be right.
Basically, I guess you could
you
could look at it like
we
that.
Can't let him be right
because since he's been gone, they've been playing very good basketball. And
there's no stress in the situation,
and that's what I'm saying.
Besides Tibbs trying to play everybody.
At the end of and Covington the other day, his first game, he played 41 minutes. Covington's got to be pissed. He's happy he's pissed.
Tibbs being Tibbs.
But
yeah, well, I mean, when you don't play a lot, the first time you play 40 minutes, you're happy about it. Like the 30th time. Coach,
I don't have no more legs.
Because that's how I started with Jimmy. Jimmy wasn't getting no tick, and he went from getting no tick to playing 48 to playing 48 minutes straight. When Luau was in the hospital, we thought he was gonna die. Yeah. Kirk Heinrich leg just gave out on him. He said, "I can't play no more." Nate Robinson was the lead.
Butler played that whole ass game.
He played like that whole series. I think Jimmy sat for 10 minutes total. It was 5-game series.
Like I said, he's a hard-headed person, but with the Sixers, they looking like it's gonna pan out. Joel Embiid is a guy that doesn't back down for shit.
No.
You already know that. He'll put it on social media, so you better watch out.
That's the guy Jimmy don't want to poke
No
at.
smoke. I think he could probably
Jimmy can hang with him.
Yeah.
But you don't want to get in that battle.
He could punk Simmons, but I wouldn't want to because Simmons a big ass dude. So I think Jimmy will look at him like, I ain't gonna punk you, but I'm gonna talk my talk.
Like, Cat look a little soft.
Yeah. You said who?
Cat.
Oh, Cat? Yeah.
Cat look a little soft.
Karl-Anthony Towns is soft. Like he's soft like a motherfucker. But he got game nonsense.
Ben Simmons looked like he kind of want the smoke. Joel Embiid wants the smoke.
Yeah, but Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, like I said, if you could come at him and talk shit to him,
He'll say it right back.
He's gonna come back with some
And he
shit.
gonna be quick. That's why I love Joel Embiid.
And then you got veterans over there, so they
JJ.
That's
all I know.
You know
they do have veterans, but
like I think he's gonna help folks, and I think he's gonna, if he don't, if folks don't get his shit together,
they're gonna ship him out of there at the end of the season, however they can. All right, so I want to get to what I was gonna talk about.
Go ahead.
With the shift of Jimmy Butler to Philadelphia, and you look at the teams that are doing good in the NBA and what we project and how all the teams in the West are looking, is the East becoming the better conference?
You know what's funny? The East has gotten better. Gotten so much better
overnight.
Like teams, like the other day, the Bucks beat Golden State. Not again, Steph was not
without
there.
Steph, but yeah.
But it was still like they steamrolled over them. Like they were like, man,
and they've been doing that this season.
Has the East gotten better? Are they the better conference?
Are they the better conference?
I'll say now, yes.
It's getting there.
I'll say
if it's not there, it's going to get there.
I feel like the West is really starting off slow, and I don't know why. A lot of teams are starting off slow. Yeah. But the good teams,
the teams that you expect to be there.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. They're not going. It's not going into the East and a cakewalk of a win. These guys are coming at them. Bucks, Sixers,
Toronto.
Even the teams that are below 500, Bulls. They're tough. Look,
I'm not gonna let you say anything positive about the Bulls.
Listen. This is why I say it. Like, besides the Golden State games, they always in it the first half or whatever. But what I'm saying is like
they lost by 40 last night.
No, did they really to the Bucks?
No, they played the Raptors, and they got
the Raptors.
40 points, bro.
No, they didn't play the Raptors. Did they last night? I think. All right. No, I believe you. I just can't remember.
I looked at it because I saw somebody Insta story post, and I'm looking at it like that's not real. And I pulled up on my phone. It was real. It was mad real.
Okay, that was a bad example then. But like teams like the Nets, then
where is it?
Teams like the Nets, they holding it together. They doing their best. The Hornets, they're tough. Last night, Kemba Walker had 60 points. God damn it. God damn. It does say 122 83. But back to what I was saying. but all I'm saying, the East has gotten better. The East is starting off very strong, but the West, they still climbing to figure out what they are.
There's teams that we have faith in the West, but they haven't gotten there yet, where the teams in the East are starting out strong, minus Boston, but we believe that Boston is, at the end of the day, going to be there.
Right now, like I said, I
can name 4 teams in the East that are like, I legitimately believe have absolute championship. Well, they can get to the finals. I'm not going to say championship hopes. You got the Bucks, you've got the Raptors, you've got Philly.
The Bucks. They can make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, but I don't think they're finals ready.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm off the Bucks train because I had so much faith in them last year and they let me down. But they're playing really well right now.
Like I said, they're playing very well. It's just that Giannis still has to be that
jump shot.
Yes, like you're not gonna win in the playoffs with at least some type of jump shot, because the game comes down to who are you gonna come down and make these jump shots? Because the defense is gonna get tighter. You're not gonna be able to go to the hole like you want to.
I mean, like
LeBron had to make a jump shot.
They have time to like game plan for you. Yeah. Like, they have a whole series where they're playing just you. They're game planning for you now. That freak athleticism doesn't work in a 7-game series alone. But yeah, no, there's a handful of teams that legitimately I think can make it to the finals in the Eastern Conference where it's not all the other teams in the West fault, but there's only one team that we think is making it out of the West.
You know what's funny? I'm looking at this right now, and everybody like all the way down from 1 to pretty much 4. you can put 5. They all has 10 wins.
Who's the 5 teams?
Toronto, Bucks, Pacers, and the Sixers. Boston are 9 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to the West, the Golden State, Portland, OKC, and the Clippers all had 10 wins.
But
like I said, it showed Denver number 6, and I'm confused because it's the Memphis must have a win over Denver, but Memphis has 9 wins and Denver has 10. But
it was losses. You gotta look at win percentage.
Oh yeah. All right, yeah. Memphis only has 5 losses. Nuggets have 6. So, right. But either way, yeah, like teams are competing on the East. Like they're keeping up. Honestly, it shows that the West is still winning more probably.
Just by the top tier of teams.
Yeah.
The top tier of teams, like when the playoffs start, that all you really care about is those top 8.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that the East is starting to take over. I think that by the end of the season, going into next season, we're going to be looking at the Eastern Conference a lot different.
Well, it's kind of funny because
if Kawhi doesn't leave, if Jimmy doesn't leave, I'm talking about the East. They could leave the teams they're throwing now, but if they don't leave the Eastern Conference, and let's say KD goes to the East,
yeah,
all of a sudden, the power's in the East,
and
LeBron James snuck his ass over to the Western Conference.
We still don't know where AD's going. What if AD goes to Boston?
What if AD comes to Chicago?
Let's not get our hopes up.
Hey, man.
It's literally there's no hope for Chicago.
I hear
nobody.
I hear Knicks fans swearing to me that KD's going to the Knicks. I can say AD's coming to the Bulls.
Listen, that's because
first off, Knicks fans swear that every big star is coming to the Knicks.
They do, because they think they got a great market, and they do.
They want to come and play in New York.
Nobody wants to play for
No, they don't.
Nobody wants to play. That owner needs to just give up his shit, because he's not a good owner. That dude's a freaking drunk, and he don't care for that team. Or that freaking.
Do you not want the smoke?
Nah, the dude is such a whack ass owner. Like he should give up that ownership, but his family just passed down to him. That's the only reason why he has that team.
Do you not want the smoke?
I fuck that guy. But what you call it? It like I said, the East is very tough. The top team I think will though make it through the East though. I don't. If I could pick right now. I would say Toronto.
They're my dark horse.
They shouldn't be. With Kawhi Leonard on the team.
Well, that's why, because I say dark horse.
And when Kawhi doesn't play, they still are freaking dominant.
I say dark horse because I've gotten so used to regular season Raptors and playoff Raptors being different teams. Mm-hmm. But I think when the playoffs come, because you have Kawhi, I think that that's going to be the difference. What we're seeing out of the Raptors in the regular season isn't new. We've seen this, like they had. They're top 3 seed for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
So that's not new, but it's once the playoff comes, you have a guy that's been through it and has gone toe to toe. The Warriors are scared of Kawhi when he's 100%. Mm-hmm. LeBron is scared of Kawhi when he's 100%. Mm-hmm. Kawhi Leonard was one leg injury away from wrecking the Warriors season before the Cavs were able to do it.
Papa was very happy. Then after the injury, he was fucking pissed.
Because he knew.
Yeah, that was over.
Kawhi Leonard is a cheat code. When he's healthy and he's right, Kawhi Leonard is a cheat code. He is. I don't know why they're even saying Darren Sproles is inactive. I don't think this motherfucker has played since week 1. I had to drop him off my fantasy team. But
you drafted him?
Yeah. He was supposed to be my sleeper, and he's been asleep since. Kawhi is a cheat code, and the big teams are afraid of him. Kawhi Leonard can single-handedly wreck everything that the Warriors do.
Yeah. My hand's as big as this freaking table, yeah.
Like, he can get in Steph's grill, he can get in Clay's grill, he can get in KD's grill. He's one of the few players that when he is right, can actually play KD one-on-one and disrupt what he tries to do. It's probably the only player.
And it's so weird.
LeBron don't even want that smoke.
It's so crazy. I've never really looked at Kawhi as a big guy. Like, he's like what, 6'6", 6'7"?
He's like 6'6", yeah.
And like I just never seen him as like a guy that like KD should have problems with. It. He has problems with. Like you said, LeBron has problem with. It's just the guy just has amazing defense. Like I said, those hands are freaking.
Yeah.
Them fingers are like. He has rake fingers. Like, a rake that just rakes leaves. He just got rake
got the
fingers.
Bear claw.
Like he got some big hands. Like I try to remember what game it was. It was I guess against the Sixers. I don't know who it was, but they was like
Oh, when he wasn't looking?
No, not that. I know he's the one. He stole the ball out. Like like he just knew where the pass was going. He just fell on the ground. Oh, look,
call him bullshit.
That was pretty impressive.
That ball was thrown behind him. He just threw his hand out there.
He was just showing off. I legit think he was showing off his defensive skills. But I think it was against Ben Simmons. But I don't know. But I feel like it was a shooter. But he said I couldn't get no points off him. Like he was guarding me that.
Yeah, I was about to say it can't be Ben Simmons because you can't get no points off.
Like I was about to say you don't have a jump shot. I think it was Ben Simmons because he was stealing. Like he was.
Oh yeah, when he's trying. Yeah, because Ben Simmons' go-to is driving to the basket.
So I think
like first off, when you're a one-dimensional offensive player, Kawhi Leonard's going to eat you alive.
I know what you're going to do. It's plain and simple. Yeah, that dude got to perform a jump shot, but he's I just. Like it's like kind of like the Dennis Rodman look of it. Dennis Rodman was not the biggest guy, but his defense. He
just made it work. It was effort.
Like he guarded Shaq. When somebody says Shaq said that Draymond Green couldn't guard me. Like nobody. Like when a lot of people were saying nobody that's as big as you can guard you. Dennis Rodman locked down Shaq. Well, not I wouldn't say locked down, but he maintained them.
Athleticism and effort is all it takes to be a good defensive player. That's really it. And Kawhi has both of those.
Yeah.
Both those things. So, yeah. I mean, and he's got giant hands, which is the cheat code.
I would hate to get slapped by that dude.
Bro.
I would hate to get slapped by him.
His take up your whole face.
His slap sound like it was just like, it's like a pillow slap almost with his hands.
So that's my thought on the East, coming to rise of power over the West.
They come around.
And then everything else. So, last thing we got is Smack Talk Player of the Week.
I haven't thought about that.
So, in all fairness, Dmob found out he was going to be on the show.
Very at the last minute.
Not even 12 hours ago, honestly.
It was at the bar to say, I need you to be in the podcast. I was like, God damn you, I'm drinking.
But hey, I was drinking with you. But shout out to you, man, for the last second nod.
You're cool.
I can't wait for us to be able to talk about this shit, man.
All right, I got my SmackDown person.
Smack Talk, bro. Get the show right. Come on. All right, go ahead since you got yours ready.
You and I, yesterday, blackouts, won 2 games in a row. Eat it. We did it.
You know what? I wasn't ready for that.
I'm sorry, bro, but we killed it. It's hard to get those wins. I don't care if all y'all gamers are that cold that y'all have to get it easy. We're not gamers. We don't play like that. So for us to get those wins, y'all can eat it. I'm going to take it. And if it was you that shot, I'm happy.
Yo, wait, so me and Dmob, we was playing Blackout yesterday. We got 2 dubs. We did.
Got 2 dubs.
And one of the dubs started off terribly because I fucking shot a teammate in that game.
Yeah.
I damn near downed him. I felt so bad. Then we turned around and won. Me and him, actually. Just me and him.
And at the end, the same thing with me.
Yeah.
It ended up being just me and this other guy.
So you're right. Shout out to us. Nah, but real talk. I know who I'm actually gonna give it to. I'm gonna give it to Jimmy Butler. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Last night, he was getting scorched by Kemba Walker. He even said it himself. Kemba Walker put 60 points on Jimmy Butler. He said to himself, when the game was tied up and then in overtime, he said, I have to make this shot because if we...
It takes away everything else if I do.
He said 2 things. He said one thing. He said, if this game goes to another overtime, he's scoring 70. And then I got worried about him winning. He said, nah. So he came up, pulled the Kyrie finals on Steph Curry's shot.
Yeah, I saw the shot.
Yeah, bro. And it wet, so I was like,
hey, as soon as it hit, he started talking.
Yeah, he was hyped with his team after that, boy. So I give it to, and just the fact that his home debut with the Sixers, he balled out. So it's looking like that team's gonna really benefit from him being there.
Yeah. My player of the week is actually going to be an entire team. We're gonna go football related. We're gonna go last Sunday the New Orleans Saints against the I ride my trains until they die. The New Orleans Saints against the Bengals. They ran the score up so much, dude. Like the fourth quarter, Drew Brees sat. Alvin Kamara.
Did he really?
Yeah, Drew Brees sat.
Alvin
Kamara sat. Michael Thomas sat. Mark Ingram sat. You got the points you needed from him by then.
Like, you could have done more damage. Yo, he better not do that today, boy. I need all those points.
Look, if they score like they scored, you don't have to worry about it.
I need them. I need all the points for that.
So shout out to them. Do it again.
Do it again. Yeah, seriously.
Just do it again.
Just do it again, please.
It's doing me wonders. So, like I said,
Wow, last week Jimmy Graham gave me 2 points, and this week he gave me 2 points again.
I told you not to draft him. Once again, I hope next week everything is back to normal, and I really hope that we're able. Yeah, I hope everything goes good.
Pray on it.
I really do. I hope that we're able to talk about it. I would love that, but if not, so be it. Shout out to Joe and AK. Shout out to Dmob for sitting in. Shout out to everybody that has been a part of this show. I did it on my Instagram story last night, but I'm going to do it again here. Jesse, Lamar, Shelby, Brandon, anybody that's had anything to do with this podcast in any way, shape, or form. Any guests that have come on here. I haven't sat with all of them, but I do know most of them. Thank you guys for coming in, sitting in. Thank you for the listeners. All the podcast listeners, all the YouTube viewers, we appreciate you guys. This is a growing thing. God damn it. This is a growing thing. We're working tirelessly to make it as great as possible. And you guys' continued support means a big deal. The fact that I got a bunch of text messages and phone calls and DMs the week that we were off shows that y'all are listening, and I appreciate it, and it does not go unnoticed. We are going to try to not do weeks off like that, but like I said, if you knew the story, you'd understand.
You'll definitely understand.
Don't distract me right now.
I'm sorry, man. I just wanted to show you that. I know.
I'm trying to close this out. You keep showing me
I'm
shit.
sorry. Go ahead.
All right. So with that, like I said, I want to thank you guys for your support. Follow us individually on Instagram. I don't know everybody's name, so
the real Dmob, that's me. So you can
that's
follow
him.
me there.
I am the real Cerebral
on Twitter. Talk to me on Twitter a lot.
I forgot my Twitter. I got a new phone and I forgot my Twitter password.
You forgot your Twitter password?
Yeah, and what makes it worse is the email account that my Twitter is connected to is my Yahoo. I been forgot that password. No, I'm locked out of my Yahoo.
Wow.
Yeah. So I may get a new Twitter handle here pretty soon. Be on the lookout for that.
But what's your Twitter handle and name?
And I needed a new one anyway because it was like my old Twitter handle that I don't even want to say.
Okay.
So
you got to change
I needed a new one.
I used to thought it was your name.
Yeah.
Name.
Yeah.
But,
right.
Okay.
Which y'all gotta stop saying my name. All right. So thank you guys again. This has been another episode of Smack Talk. Leave it on the court. Have a good one.
Yeah.